morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Thursday, August 25th, and I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Hey, please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify, and then you can follow me there as well. By the way, if you'd like to connect to me directly and you just want to reach out, say hi, give me a call, talk to me about something, go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information as well. That's contactlarry.com. All right, so... By the way, I also want to remind you that if you're watching online, hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button right now. Hit the like button, like it. This way, I know you like it. Hit the share button. And by the way, today's episode, you're going to want to share. I'm going to be talking all about the student loan forgiveness, and I think you want to share this because it's going to be a lot of good information. So hit the share button right now. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. And you can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify, so please go there and subscribe as well. And of course, as you know, you can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. I want to take a minute and say hello to a whole bunch of people coming in already. We got Charles, and we got Mike, and John, and Mark, and my lovely wife Linda, and we got Carl. I don't know who this guy is, but he just has fun with this. I don't know. He goes, "Woo, Lawrence Steinhouse." Anyway, we have Robin, and we have Glenn, and Tommy, and Bill, and Tom, and Jose watching on YouTube. All right. Don't forget you can leave comments, and don't forget also to like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook and comment there so I can recognize you. Also, on today's show, we have a special show, of course. We're definitely going to go through the recap, but the show is all about the student loan forgiveness, so it is the student loan forgiveness special show, and I think you'll really enjoy this. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class tonight by going to investorschooling.com. Hey, if you want to learn how to not worry about this $10,000 student loan thing, come to Investor Schooling tonight and learn how you can invest in real estate, how you can invest in stock options, and how you can learn about everything that has to do with financial literacy. Go to investorschooling.com. By the way, do you know anyone who would really like this show? Really, maybe enjoy the show for the great market advice, maybe the comedic parodies? Please share the show. So how you click share, so if you're watching the show, click the share button, and then click it it says you're on your timeline, or it says share now, whatever that button is. Just click the share button and let other people know that you are enjoying the show, and you can also share it in groups as well. All right, let's get started with the recap, and then, of course, we will attack the 800-pound gorilla in the room, the student loan forgiveness. But let's talk about yesterday first. At one point, the Dow was up about 200 points, but then it settled down to a positive of about 60 points. The S&P was up about 12, and the NASDAQ finished up about 50. The big winners yesterday were the cruise stocks. Yep, once again, the cruise stocks were the big winners. Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, and Carnival were all up yesterday. A report that bookings are still continuing and actually growing set off these stocks. It appears that the cruise lines are going to have a great revenue. The problem, of course, is the massive debt they have taken on while they were closed for over a year due to the scamdemic. Hey, I wonder if Biden will forgive that debt. Oh, yeah, okay, I had to go there. All right. By the way, I'm still a big fan of these plays. I think they're going to be really good plays, but they could be a little bit slow. I did blink and Meta hit my buy price of below 160, but by the time I saw it, the stock was already above 162, and it finished above 163, and it's moving up again today. If I do get a second chance at that price, it's time to pounce on it. So look for Meta below 160. If it happens, I think it's a good play. We did have Salesforce report earnings after the bell, and it looks like they didn't do so well. The revenue numbers spooked Wall Street, and the stock dropped over 10 points. This is a CRM. I have it. We try to use it. It's terrible. I still can't understand why everybody uses it. It's complicated, and it doesn't really even do the true CRM stuff. It's really mostly a report generator instead of a CRM. As a matter of fact, if you ever had Salesforce do do a demo for you. They're going to go, let me show you a report that's going on. Let me show you what the report is going on. Let me show you. I want to see it as a CRM. Anyway, if you guys don't know what CRM is, it doesn't really matter. All right, this stock has pretty much returned to its pre-scamdemic levels, and I've said this a few times that we're returning to 2019 pricing, and it stands true with most companies. The 2019 numbers are pretty much reality for the stock market. I'm kind of happy about this, to be honest with you. It's making the stock market more predictable, and that makes stock options easier to predict as well. Advanced Auto Parts was also reported earnings, and yuck, the stock dropped about 10% after hours. And it's basically being blamed on the slowing of the do-it-yourself repair customers. Remember when you used to be able to fix anything in your car by yourself? Even if you didn't fully understand how cars work, you could still muddle through it. Now with all the high-tech computers on board, the average DIYer really can't do much but change the oil, and who would want to do that anyway? It's actually easier and cheaper to do it with a Jiffy Lube than it is to jack up your car, drain the oil, and replace it, and then go find a place for it. Ugh. So the do-it-yourself auto parts stores are starting to drop, and Advanced Auto Parts is just another victim of it. NVIDIA was another stock that dropped after reporting slowing earnings. It appeared that the zombies are starting to leave their mother's basements and going back to the real world, and they're not playing games, or maybe just their unemployment ran out, and maybe they had to get jobs. Either way, gaming is slowing, so these advanced chips are also slowing in sales. Of course, investors are awaiting the 3-day Jackson Hole Economic Symposium that starts Thursday with the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, and he's stated to speak on Friday morning, and the Fed watchers expect him to reinforce the central bank's goal of squashing inflation and keeping expectations about the future price gains in check. The question really is, how much will he raise interest rates? Will it be 50 basis points or 75 basis points? Honestly, the surprise of 50 basis points will send the market skyrocketing. But even 75 basis points will make the market happy because they won't have to think about it for another month. So watch this. As I've said all week, expect the market to pop on Friday after the speech. Tomorrow, the market's going to take off. Today's going to be a good day in the market, but tomorrow the market's going to take off. All right, let's look at the futures now, and let's see what Wall Street's up to, and let's see what's going on here. We got the futures right now. We got the Dow's up about 115. We got the S&P up about 24, and we got the NASDAQ up about 92. All right, we're going to take a break early today because I really want to get into something. I'm going to dive deep into the student loan forgiveness myths and facts. I think you guys want to listen to this. I know everybody got their own opinion on it. I'm going to give you mine at the end. I think some of you guys already know my opinion, but I really think you're going to enjoy this because it's really going to deep dive into into all the facts and myths. All right, let's take a break. I'll see you guys in a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and of course, if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to welcome you back to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You can also find, by the way, repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. So if there's a segment that you really like, we break the segments out. So today, if you wanted to play this segment for somebody else, the segment about what's coming up, about the student loan forgiveness, you'll also be able to see that. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify, and then subscribe there. And of course, if you'd like to connect with me, please go to contactlarry.com. There you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information. That's contactlarry.com. All right, a bunch of people I just want to say hi to who are saying hi. Looks like we got Glenn and Bill and Tom and Jose once again. We have Ann and Mary and Royce and John And looks like Mick and Dave. Wow, so many people. Thank you so much. We got Peter and we have Ken. Where's the other guy? Where's the other Ken? I don't know. Hey, listen, I want to remind you all that we're having an amazing event on September 17th. It's an all-day event featuring some of the most brilliant minds in business, including Hannah Kessler, the single millionaire chick, Chris Noggle, the money multiplier, Bill Walsh, the rainmaker, and myself, Larry Steinhouse, the host of this show, Money Chat Now, and the CEO of Investor Schooling. It's an in-person event, and seats are selling fast, so get your ticket now at 4mmw.com. As a matter of fact, yesterday I had to open up more seats because it's sold out. I had to open up more seats. So go to 4mmw.com, 4mmw.com, and you'll be able to register there. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great event. All right, so far, of course, we've been discussing the fact that right now the Dow, as you should know, is up 125, the S&P is up 25, and the NASDAQ is up 95. And, of course, we have coming up the student loan special, where I deep dive into the myths and facts of the student loan. And, of course, then after that, we have today's picks and plays. All right, I'm going to give you one more chance. Everybody hit the share button right now. Seriously, hit the share button. This is really important information, what's coming up. Hit the share button. Let your friends know about the information. I think it's important that we all know what's going on. And also, leave me a comment to say hi if you haven't already. So if you're watching for the first time, just say hi Larry, say good morning, whatever, in the comments so I know you're watching. Please share and like as well. And don't forget to order my new book. It's called Money Hacks. And if you ordered it, please leave a review on Amazon. There's all 5-star reviews so far, but I'd like to see more, especially because you guys are my friends. All right, let's get into the second half. All right, here we go. Look, the discussion, like I said, about student loans is really important, so don't forget, hit the share button one more time. Hit that share button. All right, let's get into this now. All right, so there we have it. Biden actually did something during his presidency. He actually kept a campaign promise of canceling student loans. Well, sort of, but he still did it. All right. At the beginning of campaign, he promised to cancel all student loans. However, as time went by, the promise became $10,000 in student loans for all. The final announcement was made yesterday, and yes, he's canceling $10,000 in student loans for those making less than $125,000 a year. Look, many of you have mixed feelings on this. There's no doubt. Yesterday, I posted on Facebook asking for opinions on this, and so far I have over 185 comments with opinions on this topic. Most of them are actually negative. Most people, and I'm sure the people watching this, believe this is completely unfair. Well, of course it's unfair. Here's the reasons it's unfair, and many of them are listed in the responses of the post. Many of you said, basically, it comes down to, hey, what about me? Look, it reminds me of the 2008 bailout when people were wearing buttons that said, "Where's my bailout?" I wouldn't be surprised if some of you still have these buttons in a junk drawer somewhere. So what is it, and what about you, and where is your bailout? Well, it's pretty sneaky because, if you're like me and my wife, Linda, who literally just paid off the student loans for Linda's daughter about 4 months ago, we would have got this for free. The balance was actually less than $10,000, and if I just would have waited a few more months, we could have kept this money. Or what about the people who didn't go to college because they thought, they couldn't afford it, and they knew this if they knew this $10,000 grant was going to be given to them, maybe they could have gone to college. This is pretty unfair, right? Or what about all the other responsible people who paid off their loans on time and aren't getting a thing? It's so unfair. Look, how will it also affect inflation is another issue. All these people will no longer have student loans and will now buy stuff, and that will make inflation go up. Of course, there's the statement that I keep hearing as well. This isn't forgiveness, it's the transfer of those loans on the backs of all the taxpayers. Why should we pay for your loan? You borrowed the money, pay it back. All right, you guys are all crybabies. I want to give you the details of the program and how it works, and then I want to address all of these prior statements. And the other question, of course, the tax implications of both the forgiveness of the loan and you as the taxpayer may have. All right, from the government website. By the way, I like to go to the government website. You can actually find the official statements of the White House on topics like this. I realize they are written in the most positive manner, and they're typically propaganda, and they're written for the most positive manner for the standing president. But if you filter through the propaganda, you'll often find the facts. So I read through the latest statement, as I always do. As you guys know, that's what I do. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure that I have all the facts before I start saying stupid stuff. Now I can say stupid stuff that the White House backed me on. All right, so I read through the latest statement on loan forgiveness, and here are some of the important facts, straight from the statement. Department of Education will provide up to $20,000 in debt cancellation to Pell Grant recipients with loans held by the Department of Education and $10,000 in debt cancellation to non-Pell Grant recipients. Borrowers are eligible for this reset, or relief I should say, if their individual income is less than $125,000 or $250,000 for married couples. And then it goes on, it says, no high-income individual or high-income household in the top 5% of incomes will benefit from this action. All right, so it basically means that most people will receive $10,000 in debt cancellation, so a student loan debt cancellation. By the way, there's no word on how it's going to work yet. It's a credit to your, it may be a credit to your loan of $10,000, or it may be a payment from the government. I don't know. Either way, if you owe less than $10,000, your loan will be cleared. So the people owing over $10,000 will probably have some kind of credit. But next part of this section, and I don't know if you guys caught this, was a $20,000 credit to those who received the Pell Grant. So let me explain what the Pell Grant is and how the $20,000 is different than the $10,000 and why this is probably the most unfair part of the deal. So if you guys think this $10,000 is unfair, let me tell you how unfair this $20,000 is. So first of all, a Pell Grant is issued to low-income individuals and households, and it's used for higher education. You must apply for the Pell Grant before you enter school, and the government pays up to $6,895 this year towards tuition, and you can get that for up to 6 years. This is clearly a benefit to low-income people seeking ways to pay for college. Look, it's fine. I mean, I think it's great. I think the amount may even be low, but that's a different issue. So you received a Pell Grant for your college, and you still needed a loan, and now you're eligible for a $20,000 loan forgiveness. To me, again, this is the most unfair part of the benefit. It does not take into consideration the current income or financial state of the individual at the time of forgiveness. You could be making $124,000 now, and because 5 years ago you got a Pell Grant, you get $10,000 more forgiveness than the guy making $40,000 a year who didn't get the Pell Grant. But let's go on. Many of you commented about the tax implication of the loan forgiveness. In most cases, when a loan is forgiven or reduced, there are tax implications and the amount can be taxed to the individual who receives the forgiveness. This was a problem, I don't know if you guys remember, in 2008 Great Recession, many sold their houses in short sales and had loans that were greatly reduced or forgiven, and eventually a temporary forgiveness of this tax was applied to the tax law to make sure that people didn't owe massive taxes on the loan forgiveness. It actually made some sense. Think about it, right? Someone sells their house in a short sale, and just to get an IRS tax bill of what could have been $25,000 or more in some cases, that would have been like rubbing salt in the wounds. So now we have the government forgiving $10,000 or $20,000, so what will be the tax implications to the borrower? Well, guess what was passed recently? There's something called the American Rescue Act Plan of 2021, and that made student loan forgiveness tax-free through 2025. And of course, the law will cover this Biden forgiveness. So, by the way, that was also in the statement from the White House. So the rumor of the tax implications is not true. There will be no tax paid on this forgiveness. I also want to address another part of the bill, which is, or executive order, or whatever the heck this is, because I actually don't even know what this is. I don't know if it's a bill, I don't know if it's executive order, I have no idea. But the Department of Education is proposing a new income-driven repayment plan that protects more low-income borrowers from making any payments and caps monthly payments for undergraduate loans at 5% of a borrower's discretionary income. So this is an interesting part of the plan. I don't know how many people know about this. This is kind of a crazy thing. I've come across it when I've been coaching people before, but this is basically how it works. So it used to be that after a calculations of someone's discretionary income, and basically this would be the income after housing, food, and other necessities, the minimum payment of a student loan would be no more than 10% of this discretionary income number. So Biden is changing that to 5%. So basically it would help people with their budget. However, it makes the loan go into perpetuity. No one will ever pay back their student loan. The payment will probably not even keep up with the interest. So the loan will never be paid off until, of course, the borrower dies. So now that you have the facts, stop whining about it. If you were a business owner, you probably received a bunch of money from the government last year in what was called the Payroll Protection Plan. Some small businesses received well over $100,000 from the government and was all forgiven and no payments were made by the borrower. At the time, I didn't hear you all whining about the money that was given out. Student loans are the biggest ripoff and the most predatory loan ever created. Personally, I wish the whole student loan system would be eliminated. If it happened, college tuitions would drop, probably even in half, because the colleges would no longer have the government to give them money that the student of the college will have to pay back for the rest of their life. I used to call it a tax on smart people, and then I realized that the average college graduate isn't all that smart, so now I just call it a tax on college students. Some of these borrowers even dropped out of college and still have the loan to pay back. For all of you who are worried about your tax dollars going to this program, why do you really care? It isn't like you're getting a bill to pay the loan. You aren't. You're not going to get a bill. The government is going to tax you anyway. My suggestion is learn tax laws and pay as little tax as possible. That's what I do. And be happy for your neighbor or friend who just got his loan paid off or loan reduced. It's a good thing for them. By the way, the rules and applications for forgiveness will be up on the government website in about a month. And the moratorium, by the way, for payments of student loans have been extended to the end of the year. So they haven't had to pay their student loan for 2.5 years anyway. All right, those are the facts, folks. When I come back, I'll be discussing the picks of the plays of the day and going over some of the comments. And don't be fooled and don't be angry. It's all good. See you guys in a minute. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to barnesandnoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and of course, if you'd like to be a sponsor on this show, hey, listen, I can mention your name, your product, and it will be delivered to hundreds of loyal listeners and watchers of the show. And as you know, we're expanding our base every day, and if you'd like to get your product or service out to my audience and help to keep the show on the air, I would love to have you as a sponsor. Just reach out to me and message me, or send an email to larrysteinhouseshow@gmail.com. That's larrysteinhouseshow@gmail.com. And feel free to be a sponsor. By the way, do you guys know we have a Spotify channel? Go to Spotify, and you can subscribe to the channel and listen to the breakout sessions. So if you wanted to listen to that report again, you can do that, just the report. It'll be on this afternoon. Look up Money Chat Now on Spotify and subscribe. Hey, real quick, couple of people online I not only want to say hello to, but I also want to mention James had reminded me of something. It's really important you should know. Only federal student loans, not private student loans, are getting this credit. So it had to be a federal student loan, which are the worst absolute loans you could possibly get. But that's the whole point. All right. Anyway, a couple of people. It looks like this guy Carl is obviously a troll or a guy who is, I don't know, who does not speak well English. All right. That's it, guys. All right. Let me talk to you about what's going on here. And let's get into the rest of it. All right, real quick, before we even get into it, we have, of course, right now the Dow is up 100, the S&P is up 23, and the Nasdaq is up 87. Of course, we talked about student loan forgiveness. You guys, I don't know. Let me know what you think about it. I mean, you guys saw that there's like 180 comments on my post already, and I want you guys all to make sure you hit the like button. Let me know you like the show. And let's have some fun. Oh, I see what's happening. So James is saying that he's on the hook because his is a private student loan. Yeah, that's absolutely true. It is a private student loan because you were responsible enough to take your own loan. All right, let's get into today. So it looks like today might be a good day Today and tomorrow, I'm telling you, it'll be all about the reports. Investors are waiting for key economic reports, including jobless claims today and the personal consumption expenditures on Friday. The personal consumption expenditure report is one of the Fed's favorite inflation measures, and it could influence its actions going forward. Of course, tomorrow we also have Powell speaking about what he will probably do next as far as interest rates. Look, I've been saying it all week. Tomorrow is going to be a big move up in the market. It's going to be a really big move. Matter of fact, if you have a slight drop today, I would tell you buy everything. I'm already watching the cruise and travel stocks moving up. The problem is they're moving slowly, but I think they're going to be big hits in the future. I say load up on them. Sell the covered calls for income on the way, and there will probably be very little buying opportunities today and tomorrow, but Monday will probably be a small drop, and that'll be the day to buy. There aren't many more catalysts to drive to drive up the market after tomorrow. Earnings season ends, and all the key reports will be released already. So hold off on your cash, sell some positions today and tomorrow, and get ready to buy next week. All right, let's take a final look at the futures and see where we are. It looks like we got the Dow is up 106, the S&P is up 23, and the NASDAQ is up 89. Let's get into, of course, the crypto scene. Crypto, it's notching up a bit as the market starts to increase. Bitcoin is around 21,600, and Ethereum is about 1,700. Nothing spectacular here. I think crypto is starting to settle, and it really should settle. It should be normal. I don't know what the price range is going to be when it settles, but it should settle, right? The precious metals are still disappointing me. Silver is above 19 finally again, but I really want it above 25. And, gold is below 1,800 again. Still bad, right? The Treasury bond is moving up, and it's just over 3%. The average mortgage rate for a 30-year mortgage is still below 6%. It's between 5.5% and 5.8%, depending where you go. And I'm going to tell you, it's still not that bad. You guys don't worry about it. Oil is moving up again, and it's about $95 a barrel, and it was below 90 on Monday, don't forget. But the average gas price is holding on now at $3.88 a gallon. So basically, it moved down on the penny. So it's kind of interesting how what's going on, right? So I didn't mention it in the student loan thing. We all know what's going on. The midterms are coming, right? So the midterms are coming, and that's why Biden did what he did. Frankly, no one's even going to notice the $10,000. I realize you guys, I'm still talking about it. No one's going to notice the $10,000. No one's been paying their student loans for 2.5 years anyway. So no one's even going to notice it. You guys aren't going to notice it, right? And also because gas prices, of course, because gas prices are moving down, they're trying to make a big play for the midterms. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the midterms. So, leave me more comments. Let me know. Oh, okay. So Carl says he's not a troll. He's watching from Romania. All right, no problem, man. You're trying to be funny, and I actually appreciate you, Carl. I especially appreciate the fact that you're watching from Romania. And hey, Michelle, I see Michelle is there, and also Mike is there. And by the way, I want to thank everyone else. If I haven't mentioned your name or if you haven't said hi, I want to thank you all for watching Money Chat Now. Of course, we are live every morning at 7:30 on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And of course, you can find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Go to the Spotify channel. Also, find me on TikTok if you haven't already found me on TikTok. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now, and I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. And remember, you can contact me directly at contactlarry.com and make it a profitable day.